Hi guys, welcome to Winning Easy. My name's Wade. As you'd be aware, we haven't been doing any previews the last few weeks. We've just been putting our tips up online. But with the spring carnival in full swing now, we thought we'd get back into previewing and talking about the races in person, which is what we love doing. And also Caulfield Guineas Day tomorrow. 12 months ago, Dan and I done our very first show. And something that we wanted to do for a while, and I think it's been a good success, and hopefully in the next 12 months we'll get a lot bigger and a lot more support. But I'd just like to say thanks to everyone who's out there that supported us and give us good feedback over the last 12 months. We're doing this because we love doing it and trying to provide you with winners, and hopefully we've done that, and hopefully we can do that tomorrow. So 10 races, Caulfield Guineas Day, great day, 4 Group 1s, and the best horse in the country, Winks, is there, so there's no excuse not to get there. If you're down in Melbourne, get out there and support a great day. The first race is the English Debut Stakes for the 2-year-olds, and they've all unraced obviously. I'm going with number 4, Columbia, from the Kieran Maher stable. It's been jumping out good. It's got a nice barrier. The thing I like about all these 2-year-olds is one of the things I look for, especially when they're unraced and they don't have to trial publicly and it's hard to get a gauge, is looking for gear changes. Now, I like to see the 2-year-olds who look professional and do everything right, and ones that don't really need any gear changes, no lugging bits, no blinkers and that. So I'm going with number 4, Columbia, at $11 to beat numbers 8, 11, 9. I said all my ones have shown good ability in jump outs, but so a lot of the others. It's a very lottery race, as we know, but we were able to go close last week in the 2-year-old races in Sydney. And I think that will go close here. Race 2 is the Herbert Power Stakes, 7-horse field. And we've got the Melbourne Cup winner, Prince of Penzance, who ran in this race last year. He was disappointed in this race last year. And then went on to run a great race in the Moonee Valley Cup and then win the Melbourne Cup. So he's following the same path. He's got the 60 kilos. Johnny Allen's on. I think big memory number 3. He's a very talented horse, and now that he's got 7 kilos off the toppy, I think that's enough for him to beat Prince of Penzance. He was very disappointed last start, but we'll forget a good horse, one bad run. Tony McEvoy horses are going sensational, and he's got Craigie Williams on, and I just think he's perfectly weighted here on the limit with all of these others, with the compression of the weights because of Prince of Penzance being in the field. And I think he's the one here at $6 to beat Prince of Penzance. Stablemate Howard Be Thy Name. Now they worked together at Warrnambool the other day, and Prince of Penzance on his work was doing a lot easier. Now Howard Be Thy Name is $3.60 favourite in this race, and Prince of Penzance is $11. Now on their work, there's no way you could back Howard Be Thy Name, even with the 6.5 kilo difference. No way in the world. So I put him in for 3rd. He's a South Australian Derby winner, and he's ticking on nicely. But the top weight, Prince of Penzance, he's ticking on nicely for another Melbourne Cup defence. And number 7, Master Zephyr from the Weir stable. So I've tipped a Weir place getter here, and he was second last in the Matawa Cup. But as we know, Darren can get these horses to jump out of the ground when he wants them to. So 3, 1, 2, 7 there. Race 3 is the Thoroughbred Club Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies, and I'm liking number 6, Prompt Response here. Has never run a bad race in her life, and has always been ran in stakes races, apart from a maiden win, which she absolutely just destroyed him. So from barrier 2, Gay's horses as well going great now that she's got the partnership with Adrian Bott, and they celebrated their first Group 1 win together last week with Glamour Girl. In the flight stakes at Randwick, and I think they can get a winner here at Caulfield. So 6 to beat 14, 11 and 8, and Prompt Response is around the $8 mark. Very good each way bet there. Race 4 is the Weekend Hustler Stakes. He was a great horse, and of course he won the Caulfield Guineas 9 years ago now. Geez, that time has flown. Wow, 9 years ago. I really like one here. I think he's the best horse in the race. He's a New Zealand Derby winner. It's the top weight Rangy Po. Now, he was disappointing in the Sir Rupert class, first up, but I just think that second up here, he'll jump out of the ground. Now, he's $41. He's got the 59 kilos, but like I said, he's a Group 1 winner. Even though he won the Derby over the 2400 metres, they don't think he's a stayer. They think he's up to a miler. And I just think he's crazy odds here with his form. Huey Bowman on board. I think $41 is a stupid price. So one to beat number 3 Shetwood, who's the favourite from Godolphin. There's another stable that's going great. All these big stables have really got their horses flying. He's a progressive horse. He won the Cameron Handicap at Newcastle last start. He goes up a bit in weight, but he's flying. To beat number 5 Badawira and number 10 Rugiz, both owned by Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Maktoum. Great supporter of racing all around the world, and both will run really good races. So 1, 3, 5, 10 there. Race 5 is the Cape Bream Beef Stakes race. It's for the mares. I wish they would stop changing race names. Oh, Cape Bream Beef Stakes, that's a great name for a race. But we're going to number 3 Silence Edition now. It'll be interesting to see if Dan's is, because this is one of his favourite horses. He backed it plenty last time. I think this is a great. This is my rough the other day here, $13, $14 at the moment. First up, the 1200 might be a bit short, but I just think she's got the best turn of forward. There's a nice even speed, nice and fresh. I think she can run over the top of them. So 3 to beat 10, which is Ravi. Now this horse, if she drew a better barrier instead of the outside, I think I would have put her on top. This horse is flying, and when Peter Snowden says that he is really excited about this horse's prospects in the spring, then you've got to take notice of that. It's just the barrier that swayed me here. To beat number 2 Secret Agenda, and then 1 Miss Gunpowder. So 3, 10, 2, 1, and a great mare's race. Race 6 is the Caulfield Stakes, formerly the Yalumba. 3-horse field. We got Winks, Black Harper, and He or She. Well, she's the best, Winks, and she'll win again. Black Harper, it's going to be a great battle of tactics this race, because 3-horse field, who's going to lead? He or She's never led. Winks has never led. Black Harper's never really led. So who's going to lead? Battle of tactics. Obviously, Black Harper, Winks are going to the Cox Plate. We want to just see a good race. Let's hope it's not just a sit and spring. Hope we see some daring tactics or something, but I doubt it. And she'll just win here, Winks, and make it 12 in a row. To beat 1 and 2. And it's great that Hartnell this week has confirmed that he's going to the Cox Plate. We are going to have a cracking Cox Plate. We've got Hartnell, Lucia Valentina, Vadamos, a French horse, and a couple of these 3-year-olds in the Caulfield Guineas we'll talk about later. It's going to be a cracking Cox Plate this year. But she'll go in the Cox Plate's favourite, Winks, after winning tomorrow. Race 7 is 1,000 guineas for the 3-year-old fillies, and obviously last year was the first time they moved this to Caulfield Guineas Day. Very, very anti against this. It obviously used to be on the Wednesday, the midweek meeting, and it should go back there, or if they're going to keep it, they should be putting it on Caulfield Cup Day. It's a disgrace that they've moved it to this day. It takes a shine of these 3-year-old fillies who don't get their moment, because everyone's worried about the Caulfield Guineas. It's a shame, and it's a disgrace, because this is a cracking field, and it doesn't. We've got the winner of the Fly Stakes Global Glamour, sorry I called it Global Girl earlier, backing up, which is great to see. But that week gap, we're not going to see as many horses back up. That 10 days, the extra few days, is massive for these 3-year-old fillies at this time of year, and I really hope that the Caulfield Race Club can move this race back to its normal time slot, or like I said, Caulfield Cup Day, and gives that 2-week gap between the Flight Stakes and the Edward Manifold. That's would really just be common sense. I'm liking number 6 Luna Rossa. Now Murray Baker, the horses he's brought over from New Zealand, we all know Murray's a gun trainer, and Ollie's been teamed up with him. They've been running sensational. This is already a winner of the Arapuni Size Produce. She's a Group 1 winner. She ran a great race first up. She was unlucky not to win. Second up here, crying out for the mile. I just think she wins here at $11. To beat Samara Dancer, this horse has been set for this race. Ticking along nicely. I was a big fan of this as an early 2-year-old, and she's been set for the run here. The barrier 13 is a bit tricky. And number 2, which is Miss Rock, her run last on the prelude was just sensational. Fastest splits of the race, running just half cantering down the straight, couldn't get out. She's going to absolutely storm home. And number 3, Global Glamour, to give a bit of cheat like it did last week and take some running down. So 6, 7, 2, 3. The main one of the day is the Caulfield Guineas. This is one of the best Caulfield Guineas fields I think I've seen for a fair few years. This is a cracking race. Horses, I think nearly, the whole field I think are just This is a great race. This is a really good race. This actually really excites me, this race, how good these horses are, and they're all in form. You know, over the last few weeks had different opinions on which ones to lean to. I've been a big fan of Divine Prophet since he first up with this campaign. His trials in the last campaign. Impending had this boom when he last prep, and he's come back delivered it. Haydock has jumped out the ground this prep since he's been gelding. It's amazing what a gelding operation can do. You've got good standing. You've got Saracino, Murray Baker's other horse, Kenny Run a Mile, and then as you know, my early tip, Revolving Door in the Caulfield Guineas. I mentioned weeks ago, he was my early tip, about 6 weeks ago. He was around 20 to 30 to 1 on various bookies in the market at that stage. And I was a bit disappointed that he kept getting back on that, but he almost pinched the last start in the Guineas Prelude going forward. And I think that's what they'll do tomorrow as well. In saying that, I can't go past the toppy, Sacred Elixir. I think he is the best horse in the race. He won the JJ Atkins during the Queensland Winter Carnival, and we've seen so far the Queensland Winter Carnival form, again, standing out. Horses who race up there, it just does wonders for him. This horse, I can't see him getting beat after his first up win, because there was that much improvement in, and I think if he wins tomorrow, he'll go to the Cox Plate, and he'll be a cheeky chance with 40-90s. But I think a few of these could potentially go to the Cox Plate, and that's why this Cox Plate this year is going to be a cracking race as well, with Winks and Hartnell as well. So I'm going 1 to beat 2 Impending. I can't see Divine Prophet, even though I'm a massive fan, he turned the tables. He beat him fair and square, I thought, last time, even though he stalked him. He's trialled better than him. He beat him home in the Golden Rose. I just think on form at the moment, I can't see Divine Prophet beating him. So 1, 2, 4, and I'm going to put in number 10, Evacuation, from the Gay Waterhouse stable. This horse, really think that this horse will run a lot cheekier race. He'll be a lot more positive. I think he'll lead from barrier 3, and I think he'll take some running down. I've left my early Caulfield Guineas tip out, Revolving Door, which might come back to bite me. But like I said, we got on at the good value 6 weeks ago, so if he wins, it's still a good result. I just think this race is shaped up to be one of the best Caulfield Guineas in years. So the top is Sacred Elixir to win. The last Group 1 of the day is the 2-rack handicap, race 9, and good race. I'm going number 10, Thames Court. I thought she was very unlucky last time to Sir Rupert Clark, and she stays on the limit, where the winner Bonhor, he goes up 4 kilos. I think that's the difference to turn the tables there. So 10 to beat 1 Awesome Rock, who obviously won the Fan 2 starts ago, which gets him automatic into the Cox Plate. So if he's going to be competitive in the Cox Plate, he's going to have to go close here. I think the 58 is not actually badly weighted. The only thing is that he's a hard horse to catch, but I think he'll run a great race. Number 4, he's our Rocky. As you know, I'm a big fan of this horse. And he's fine, absolutely fine, this horse. And I think he's a real star in the next 12 months. But I'm just going to take him on at the price. And number 8, Mr. Rose Delago. Never runs a bad race, this mare. Did 2 runs ago, but once in a blue moon, as mares can do. But ran a good race last week. But I think Thames Court here has got better credential form, and down the link will be hard. And obviously we're disappointed to see Tosin Stardom scratched again. Not having much luck with his horse. So the Cox Plate's off. I say he'll be going to the Emirates now on the first day of the Derby Day, which we'll talk about in a few weeks' time, how disgusted I am about that change. The last race is the Scalacci Stakes. What a horse. Group 2, and this is a great field. Great field after we had the Moira last week. It's a great field. I just can't go past the toppy, Flamberge. You know, he's now with Darren Weir. He's had a couple of runs with him. But he's just a multiple Group 1 winner. He just never gets the accolades. I think $8 here, he'll be good each way back. To beat number 6, Dothraki. Number 8, Furnaces. Blinker's first time. We really think that could really improve his horse massively. And number 7, Malaguiri now with Peter Gallicado's stables. After that, got taken off Lee Freeman. Great way to end the day. You got Terminally Loose resuming. You got Japanismo, who's been running very ordinary, but has trialled a lot better since. You got 3 All-Star Turn down the bottom, who's got a stern form and catless form. Great race at the end of the day. And then you got also one of the most up and coming mares, Ocean Embers, who has untapped potential. So Flamberge there. So my best bet of the day is Sacred Luke's in the Caulfield Guineas. I think he's a real good horse, and I just think he'll, even lucky, he'll just storm down the outside and swamp him. And the best roughie of the day is Silent Sedition. So that's Caulfield Guineas Day done. Thanks for your support again. It's been 12 months. It's been a great 12 months. Let's hope Dan and I can get together sometime and do some shows the next couple of weeks for the big meetings. Caulfield Cup next week. Cock by this is the best time of year for sure. It's can't believe how fast it's come around. Thanks guys, and let's hope we get plenty of winners. We'll see you next week. Cheers.